Why so many broken families in the US? Unpacking the complex truth. Let's get right into it.
Just saw a post about someone from outside of the US talking about US needs to revolutionize. And babe, we can't even come together in our family households, especially the black community. I don't know, sis. I don't know. I just saw a post about someone from outside of the US talking.
And I think that this is a conversation that we could continue to have. I don't think I'm going to let my foot off the brake because increasingly when I get on social media, what I see is that is so many people in the United States are experiencing this. And so we have to start questioning what is the future going to look like. Now, I'm from an era, I was born in the mid 90s, and I remember a different time. I remember a time when we had actual family units. We had grandparents, aunts, uncles, and things of that nature. And increasingly so, we see a younger generation turning their backs on the idea of having a family. And it has become controversial where if we even question why there are so many broken families, that can be viewed as polarizing. Um, that could be viewed as something that we shouldn't do, right? And so I want to share my screen again and I want to kind of get a touch on what people are saying on social media.
Why is it so many broken families and broken homes in 2025? Or just in general? It's getting to the point where I barely see family together in public. Why is it so many single mothers in today's society? Why is it that y'all not letting the fathers be active fathers nowadays? These are questions that we need to ask. These are topics that we need to talk about. Like, what's the issue on both sides, men and women? What's the issue? Why do we have women raising boys to become men, and why do we have men raising their daughters on how to become better women? Like, this world is so backwards. What is the real issue? Because I feel like pride is the biggest issue, and that pride is creating broken homes. I see too many black women raising kids on their own. I see too many black men not stepping up and being active. We all grown now. Whatever happened in the past, let it go. Don't bring y'all kids in the shit. Y'all kids should know what y'all beefing for. A simple apology can fix everything. Accountability can fix everything. How can we fix the problem? What are things that we need to work on as a whole? Because being bitter and being hateful towards somebody is not the answer. Ladies, if that man trying, let him try. Life is hard on men right now. Ain't nobody in this world perfect. If that man trying, then that's a start. Everybody deserves a second chance, a third chance. Hell, sometimes it take multiple chances to get it right. Why is it so many broken families and broken homes in 2025, or
Right.
just in general? It's getting to the point where
And I agree. And there's so many people right now that's experiencing this, you guys. Like it is getting to a point, guys, where we really don't know what the future generation is going to be like. And I'm not just talking about like the younger people that's becoming adults. No, I'm talking about the people that's not even born yet. The people that's going to be born next year, the year after that. You know, a lot of people, guys, they even is even to a point now where kids are not even going to have grandparents. Forget stay with me. It's one thing for people to reject parenthood. It's another thing when it's like you don't even have extended family, you don't have a tribe around you. We don't even know how people are going to develop mentally with those kind of problems, you know. And I'm from the South, so we do promote family values, but it's almost like if you say that you want to be a good husband, or you say you want to be a good wife, that can be deemed as controversial in today's time. You could actually get bashed for saying that you don't want to coexist in dysfunction. So, as we are killing marriage or replacing marriage, what are we going to replace it with?
Women lying to their husbands about who they voted for has been claimed to be as bad as having an affair, according to Jesse Waters, and the embodiment of the downfall of the American family, repulsive and disastrous, according to Charlie Kirk. Why do people lie? To protect themselves. So why are we not asking the question, what situations, what intimidation, what harassment, what aggression, what violence are these husbands inflicting upon their wives to the point in which they now feel like they have to lie to protect themselves about who they're voting for?
This is so sad, you guys. Man, this is terrible, you know, and there's so much dysfunction uh in the United States right now. And I know some people say, don't say the United States. Like one of my mentors, he would say, it's the whole world. It's not just the, yeah, I feel you. I understand, but I'm in the United States. Okay. And you have so many people that are just going through it, man. And it's very sad. It's like,
Child support. Yes, I have a baby guy. Anyways, voluntary case closure request. I'm requesting to cancel child support.
Women and men, when y'all gonna start listening to me? I give y'all all this great information, all this great knowledge, and y'all still don't listen. So let me tell y'all what happened in court today, y'all. And it wasn't even me and my clients at the time. We was not stirring up no trouble today. I was in the courthouse by myself. I didn't have a hearing. I was just trying to get a temporary restraining order signed. So as I'm walking through the hallway looking to see which court is doing the orders today, I hear this very hysterical woman that's hollering.
guys, let me read this comment to you. It says, my daughters, man, this is crazy. My daughter's father resides in Texas and I reside in Kansas. He was behind on child support. And when his mother passed away, before he got the life insurance policy money, I got my back pay. Texas don't play. Guys, you think he's ever going to have a healthy relationship with the mother of his kid after that? His mom is just passed. It's crazy.
Crying mixed with a little screaming. So I began to follow those sounds and walked right into the courtroom. So to make a long story short, we have three main characters. We have the child's father, the current fiance, and the child's mother slash ex-girlfriend. The child's mother had filed an enforcement lawsuit because dad hadn't been paying his child support, and this was her third time filing. This is her third enforcement. The first enforcement, the court did not put him in jail. They just ordered that he had to pay her attorney's fees and start paying on his arrears. He paid the arrears for a little while, then stopped. Second enforcement, the court put him in jail. He got out of jail, started paying a little while, stopped, and now we're on enforcement number 3. Y'all keeping up? So also at this hearing is the Attorney General. And if you're not familiar with who the Attorney General is, they're the state of Texas. They're prosecutors, but unlike criminal law prosecutors, they prosecute family cases, more specifically child support. The reason why all that hollering and screaming was going on is because the father tried to go and renew his passport and it was denied. Him and his bride-to-be, the woman who was hysterical, They have a destination wedding coming up in July, and they were trying to renew their passports. Well, the Attorney General basically revoked his passport privileges. You've heard me explain to you ad nauseum in various videos the different punishments the court can do when you don't pay your child support, but we haven't talked a lot about what the Attorney General can do to you. Now, I could make a whole separate video on all the things they can do, but just a quick synopsis, they can suspend.
Guys, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of guys are not gonna go for it. Ladies, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of guys are not gonna go for it. I think that at the pace that we're at, let me reread the first comment. My daughter's father resides in Kansas. He was behind on child support when his mother passed away. Before he got the life insurance policy money, I got my back pay. Texas don't play. Guys, we are destroying any chance that future generations are going to have. And with all of these videos, let me just show you just videos after videos after videos after videos. Man, this is terrible, guys. This is silly. Listen, guys, I'm advocating for all of us to do better for the sake of the kids. This is crazy. This is an injustice. The children are the ones that's going to be affected by this, guys. It's so sad.
But let me tell you a fucking story here, okay? I'm a repo guy. I don't hide it. I just see a scenario that I've seen time and time again, not necessarily in Ontario where I live, but in Alberta. And a particular file I was working. He was working oil and gas. This boy's made a lot of fucking money at one point in time. This guy was making in excess of $140,000 a year. The economy goes for shit. Oil and gas goes through the toilet. Buddy loses his job. Company shuts down. Does what he's got to do. Takes a job at $60,000. Well, that shit ain't good enough for the rig pig that he hooked up with. 2 kids. She buggers off. Goes to court. I want child support. Your Honor, last year he made $140,000. That is what his child support is based on. He can't afford that. Nobody can. Because he went from $140,000 to $60,000. He's doing the best he can. He loves his kid. So, he's got some decisions to make. Make his truck payment, his insurance payment, his house payment, whatever other payments he's got to make. First one he stops is his insurance payment. Driving with no insurance. Risk it. The second thing, he loses his place to live. Now the guy's living in his truck. Yep, I am going to get a lot of hate for this, but it is my job and it is what I do. Now he's behind on his truck payments. All his toys are gone. This woman's gone. She's got the kids. And he's got this financial obligation that he can't pay. Child maintenance now seizes his driver's license. Now he can't drive. Can't work because he can't drive.
Man, talk about, hey, it's over with, guys. It's like, it's almost to a point, guys. It's a wrap. And we created the problem. Check this.
When a divorced dad was ordered to pay child support for a child who isn't his, he turned to our Target 8.
Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man.
Investigators for help. We uncovered it's perfectly legal for the state to order him to pay support for another man's child. And
Man, why? That's so corrupt. He has to pay child support for another man's child. Let the man that's the actual father take care of the child. Is their child.
And to deny biological fathers who want to pay from doing so. Target 8's Heather Walker exposes a law that's being called outrageous.
What's going on, buddy?
Joseph Shamilar is a divorced dad of two. Yeah. Not even 9 months after the split, Joe got some shocking news from his boys.
And they got in the car and they were bouncing up and down, telling me that mom has a new baby. And I said, well, is she babysitting? Is she, is she looking after someone?
So you didn't think it was real?
No, I had no idea.
His ex-wife had given birth. She had gotten pregnant during their separation by another man. Legally, she was still married to Joe. Court papers clearly acknowledge the baby is not Joe's, but Albert Bush's, and that Bush had established a personal, financial, or custodial relationship with the child. The court ordered medical expenses be split between the biological parents. But the Friday before Father's Day, Joe got a letter in the mail from friend of the court.
I thought, my God, this is hilarious. It's Father's Day weekend, and here's the biggest joke that I think I've ever had played on me transpiring right now.
The letter said he owed $8,500 in back child support plus medical expenses for a baby his ex-wife had with another man. So the court was asking you to pay for a child that's not yours.
Exactly.
I went to Ottawa County friend of the court office to get answers. How is this legal? Their spokesperson agreed to do an on-camera interview, but on the scheduled day changed his mind and would only answer our questions over the phone. He told us it didn't matter who the biological dad is, only what's in the best interest of the child. In other words, which one can take best care of the child financially. The court.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, you guys? This is outrageous, man. And this is an injustice for all of the parties. The real father, this guy, the mom, the courts. It's an injustice. And guess what? If you were a female, it's easy to take the position, well, this, that, and the third, or it's good for the guy. What you're not thinking about is, what if you have a son or a nephew or a brother or a father or an uncle or a grandfather that this happened to, and they lost their livelihood because of a woman who had a child with another man and forced another man to pay for the child that wasn't his, because she went to the silent third party. That's what I call the government, the silent third party. I think that DNA tests should be mandatory, but I guess in these cases it doesn't even matter.
Y'all boyfriend and y'all get pregnant, why do y'all tell on yourselves? Just let your boyfriend be the baby daddy.
I'm gonna assume this is a troll, right? But I'm kind of serious what I'm about to say. Get a DNA test in front of that woman. We need to start having the conversation of, how would you feel if you knew I got a DNA test on our baby?
Oh, the first comment, Dr. Hyde said, I like that screen name, by the way, 100 women versus DNA test.
Baby, and see how that conversation goes. Because I just saw John make a video and he was like, women were getting upset. Why would you get upset that I want to make sure this baby is mine? Now wait, before you be like, oh my God, the audacity, that's so rude. Don't y'all be saying it's all men until no men? Don't women out here be getting pregnant by other men that's not the one that's supposed to be the baby daddy? Don't y'all move with the logic of I have to protect myself because of what other men do, so you put that onto the man that you're dating who's never hurt you? But it's an issue when I move with that same logic that you move with. What are you gonna say? Who's gonna be the men now?
Guys, the game is almost over with, man. Like, is to a point, guys. I actually feel sorry for the babies in the union. That's who I feel sorry for. The guys too, but I put 51% of the blame on us, because at this point, with this much information out there, I don't ever want to hear a guy ever say he didn't know. You knew, you just didn't care.
DNA testing at birth.
Mandatory.
Mandatory DNA testing at birth. I don't agree with that.
Check that, baby.
How? Yo. Oh my gosh. Ladies. How could you take a position like that on such a serious issue? The only reason you can say that is if the child is not for him. Period.
Baby, like what? Check that baby. I don't care what nobody say. Check that baby. You never know.
Why?
You never know.
But what I feel like DNA testing at birth to me is like, no matter how you spin it, no matter how you try to dress it up, you are telling your wife, I think you've been cheating on me.
But marriage, people are not even getting married. She might not even be your wife. And even if she is your wife, see, that's the problem. You got a generation of people that reject marriage. But when it's convenient, oh, your wife. Come on, man. She doesn't even have a wedding ring on. What is she talking about? I really struggle sometimes, guys. And I'm not mad at women. I'm not on child support. I don't have those kind of problems, but I'm still a man, and the injustice is like, what?
So I have yet to meet someone who can articulate as to why they believe DNA testing should not be mandatory at birth. Now, I believe it's not. I believe that it should be a law that all babies are tested at birth, right? Unless, of course, there is an instance where the father is not known because of some kind of assault. All right.
Exactly.
DNA testing center. I had two guys call in. They work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child.
Man, come on, bro. It's almost over with. I don't want to say it's over with, but it's almost over with, bro. Like, it's almost over with. It's like we have so much crazy stuff going on, guys. As a father of a little boy who's going to grow up into a teenager, then a man one day, I pray that he doesn't run across the wrong woman. I want the best for my son. Whoever daughter he meets one day, please raise her right. Do the best that you can, because I'm doing the best that I can with my son. Okay? And he deserves a good partner. Just like your daughter deserves a good partner. That's how we gotta think. Sometimes when you talk about when we speak on one another and what we should do, a lot of adults like to play dumb. but generally speaking, people want the best for their kids. So what I like to do is let's talk about it as if we're talking about our kids, our offspring. Would you not want the best for your kid, your daughter, your son? Would you want your son, ladies, to have to assume responsibility of a child that's not his, that some lady didn't say was his baby? Fellas, would you want that for your daughter? Would you want that for your son? Come on, man. This is crazy.
DNA testing center. I had two guys call in. They work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child.
40%.
40%. He said 40%.
Somebody call
and
Maury.
it's usually
make DNA testing
it's two
mandatory.
It's two scenarios. It's where the woman, the person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on a deathbed and makes a confession, or they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type. There's no way that can actually be the father. So then.
Notorious. Oh man. It's ratchet out here, y'all. Like ghetto. You feel me? It's very ghetto. And is not based on your race and or ethnicity. That's the thing. People try to say, oh, this is this kind of problem. No, it's at this point is everybody. This is crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to get so emotional, but I'm pro family. Okay? I want to see this. I want to see I would like to see this. I would like to see people in happy relationships. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to question, is that your seed? Is that your offspring? Now it's different if you meet a woman, she has a kid, that's different. But it's a whole nother thing, guys. You got people out here, you feel what I'm saying? Risking it all. Come on, man. And lying. It don't even be the person's kid. Straight up just lying. We deserve happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, females, you guys deserve to be happy. My guys, y'all deserve to be with somebody that you can trust. I'm pro family. I hate when I see these type of results, man. Where it's like you got people growing up in broken families, kids can't read. It's hella ghetto out here.
Shalom, family. Shalom. So I get a request from one of my followers. Get a comment there. They want to request to me make a video about a particular topic or a particular subject. Hey, I love requests. Hey, I love requests to make videos on different topics and different subjects. So feel free to make requests. Requests are accepted. I like requests, video requests. But what they wanted me to make a video about is the family unit here in America is breaking down.
Right.
And the divorce rates are out the roof. A lot of young kids come from broken homes. They have step parents, stepmothers and fathers. Back in the 1950s, the man went to work, the woman was a housewife and stayed home, and the children, well, they were happy and content. As far as you could tell, it was they didn't have any other options or any other alternatives. That was the way that they lived. They were forced to live with these Christian ideas, these Christian way of life, these Christian lifestyles. There was a lot of Hollywood sitcoms that.
I'm sorry, brother. I get where you're going with it, but you're taking a long time to get to the point. The point is, this is the result of our actions collectively.
Breaking, American kids are in a reading crisis. American school kids can barely read. Students are increasingly having difficulty acquiring basic reading skills before third.
You see what I'm saying? So if your decision making, all of us collectively, if our decision making is so good, why are the babies struggling? Babies can't even read. Third grade, can't spell his name. She can't spell her name. And these people gonna grow up and have to vote and make decisions for the society. Man, come on, man.
Third grade. Not acquiring these skills sets these students up for failure because if they haven't learned by then, they tend to do very poorly in middle school and high school.
Reading scores hit their lowest level since 2005 last year, and most.
It's crazy, man. But they not talking about this.
Elementary school kids are not reading. Kids are not reading. Kids cannot read. It doesn't matter if your child's at an A school or if your child's at a D school or if your child's at a charter school or a private school. I have seen kids at all areas, they all struggle. They all struggle because they don't have exposure and they don't have consistency with reading. We can blame the Department of Education. We can blame the literacy rates being at an all-time high. We can blame the schools, the teachers, but education teacher of 4 years, I specifically teach kids with learning disabilities how to read and to read accurately. We're not talking about teaching kids to read with special education disabilities. We're talking about teaching kids to read that have not had that exposure and that just cannot read, and no environmental factors included. Exposure.
But there's no home. There's no home for the kids. Like the children are struggling.
As I'm literally unloading my dishwasher, I had to give my 2 cents on this. I just got home from work, so mind my hair or whatever. Nikki baby, stop dating babies. Okay? Stop dating babies. Did y'all not learn from Drea? Drea, who's dating a 20-something-year-old kid and had a baby with him? Did y'all not learn from that? I am so sick. As a mom of a 20-year-old son, I wish someone would. But let me say something. Women in your 30s, stop dating down. I don't care if you want to have some fun. Yeah, then don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. It's not hard. It is not hard because these kids don't know what it is to get somebody pregnant. They're kids. They want to make money, play ball, rap now. They want to do all that stuff. Let them be kids. They have a mom already. They don't need you. Learn. Please. Please.
Unfortunately, sis, they're not gonna hear you. And I still put 51% on the men, okay? And 49% on the ladies. Guys, we gotta do better. It's crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? It's really crazy, and nobody want to really address the problem. If we can't even begin to address the problem because it's going to make somebody feel uncomfortable. But the babies are uncomfortable.
The shit that y'all starting to normalize, I'm just not with it. How much more broken homes do y'all want to create? Like, I don't understand why this broken home thing is like so normalized. Like, oh, it's just regular. No, it's not. Summer Walker talking about after tour, she want to have 2 twin boys. Like, how much baby fathers you want? How much kids you want by these different niggas? What are you doing? Like, I don't understand. And don't be in the comments like, oh, she could afford it. That doesn't matter. You're creating broken homes. That creates trauma for children. It doesn't matter what you could afford. Okay? But I ain't gonna lie, I knew she was slow when she used to wear the corsets up to her fucking chin and she couldn't breathe in the interview. Sis used to be like, yeah, because she couldn't speak. I knew she was slow from then, so she's a little off, a little weirdo girl. She's weird. The shit that y'all started normal.
And what I'm saying is, guys, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But man, we got to do something, guys. Because it's really tragic out here, guys, what's going on. It's really tragic what's going on, guys. And
How can a man walk away from a child that he has been raising for 3, 5, 10, 15 years simply because the DNA test shows that he's not the biological father? Hear me out here. I'm not being insensitive.
man, y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop this in the name of the most you know who. Y'all got to stop this. Stop. Stop it. That's betrayal. Why do y'all feel like y'all could do this to people? It's not right. It's wrong. It is betrayal. It's wrong. It's different if you find out, okay, I got 2 boyfriends, I'm pregnant. Let me tell both of them, hey, it's a 50-50 chance. That's different. But if a guy been raising a baby for years, come on, man. If you don't see that that's wrong, that's like, I'll make an equivalent. That's like taking a baby from the hospital and it's not really your baby. It's someone else's baby. Hear me out on that.
I know that his world has just been turned upside down. I know he feels betrayed. He's devastated. I empathize. I sympathize with his predicament. However, how is one able to walk away from a child that one has bonded with, loved, nurtured?
It's not his baby, regardless of how he feels about it. What if the other man, who is actually the father, wants his child back? Because it's the other guy's child. Man, y'all gotta stop this, ladies. Stop. Stop this. Stop it. Why are you guys doing this?
I know that's a damn lie. I know that's a damn lie. I'm sick of that. Somebody fix it.
Everyone, Mr. Hughes, you say you're stuck between your mother and your ex-girlfriend who are in a heated dispute in court today. Ms. McBurg, you petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove your son, Kakitho Hughes, is not the father of Miss Jackson's 2-year-old son, Elijah.
And this is why I put 51% of the blame on the fellas. Fellas, you gotta get 51% of the blame because you're the man in the situation. The men initiate. All right. Now for the nephews, the little bros, I would say 18, or let's say 16. In fact, I'm gonna go as low as 15. From 15 to 25, I'm gonna call y'all the little bros. The little bros, the nephews. Somebody really need to be talking to the younger guys and telling them to wrap it up. For real, it's not a game. It's not a toy. It creates life. All right. And I don't think there's anything negative that I said. That's constructive game. Because a life could be born out of this. And you're very young. Okay? And this is gang goofy behavior, man.
You are shaking.
I know.
I feel your nervousness from here. Are you okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
But this the side of the story that we never hear about. We hear a whole lot about foolishness, man. And we wondering why people are not having relationships. For what? Now, luckily, I believe that you can have a constructive relationship out here. You know, I believe that we do need relationships. But I think, man, you gotta dodge a lot of the potholes out there, man. It's a lot that you gotta look out for. You gotta ask a lot of questions and have really good conversations and informations about how you want to move forward with the person, because it's it's scary out there, guys. It's scary, guys.
There was a study done in the 90s, and what they found out, I think, still holds true today. So what they did is they took a group of men and they took a group of women and they categorized these men. So it was like high status, t-shirt, McDonald's. Same thing with the women. High status, t-shirt, McDonald's. And then they asked, you know, the men, okay, would you go to coffee with this person, go on a date, marry? And in all three categories, the guy didn't care. He's like, yes, sure, whatever. With women, it was a whole different story. Women went to the high status man for the majority of them. So that was for coffee, date, marriage. My takeaway on this is just goes along with the trends I've been seeing. So we are in this Kardashian culture and have been for, 10 years. I don't know how long.
She means transactional.
They've been on. But this idea of perfection has just been kind of unseen before. I mean, before we had magazines, we knew they were kind of airbrushed, but what we see now, women are doing eyebrows, microblading, dermaplaning, eyelash extensions, hair extensions, lip fillers, cheek fillers, breast implants, butt implants, fat transfer, taking rib.
Man, it's so messed up out here. And you know what's the craziest part about this? The craziest part about this, I was in the crib yesterday, and I was like, man, it's quiet in my crib. I worked hard to obtain it. I got plans for my future. I'm 30 years old. I would like to be in a long-term relationship. But do I really want to risk my safety and security on betting it all on this lucky number? And that's basically what relationships have become. It's like we have to bet that something is, we gotta gamble. Come on, man. The second comment says, well, the first two comments said, well, the first, all three are good comments. The first comment says, men's best bet is to either not play the game or seek love overseas. Okay, it says men's best bet is either not to play the game or seek love overseas. The next person says, I'm putting dating in the same category as alcohol. Fun for a short time with long-term negative side effects. Staying away from both. And it's so sad, man, because the children are the ones that's going to be affected, man. Because people, we have these natural urges People are going to still engage in the behavior. Well, that's been my episode for today. Why so many broken families in the U.S. unpacking a complex truth. Leave your name or comment below. Tell me what you think. Add to the discussion. It can't hurt. Like I said, guys, I'm pro family. I'm pro family. I'm pro family. That's been today's episode, and I like to thank you. I'm going to play some exit music, and that's how I'm going to end the stream and do a 5 minute countdown and just clear the vibration. This is a serious topic, so sometimes I like to just clear the air by playing a little bit of music, and that'll get us where we need to be because but at the end of the day, we don't want to just walk away feeling bad or feeling sad. I want you to leave the stream still feeling good, you guys. I believe that we can make it work.